Have you ever felt like you're just not getting those amazing, mind-blowing results from AI that you see people posting online? Well, you are absolutely in the right place. We're about to unlock 5 secrets that will take you from just a casual user to a total power user. Let's dive in. You know the feeling, right? You type a prompt into a super powerful tool like ChatGPT, and the response you get back is, well, it's just okay. It feels less like a technological revolution and more like a slightly fancier search engine. You ask a question, you kind of shake it up, and you get a generic answer. If that sounds familiar, hey, you are not alone. The truth is, most people are barely scratching the surface of what these incredible AI models can actually do. There's this huge, untapped potential just sitting there, waiting for you to unlock it. So this brings us to our first big idea, what I like to call the AI Magic 8-ball problem. This is the main reason your results feel so underwhelming, and it's exactly what we're going to solve today. So what's the big secret? It's really a fundamental shift in how you think about it. To get those magical results, you have to stop talking at the AI and start speaking its language. And that means moving away from asking simple questions and starting to give clear, direct commands. And that leads us right into secret number 1. You have to speak their language. This is all about understanding that each AI has its own unique way of working. You could almost call it its own personality. You know, ignoring these unique personalities leads to the number one mistake most people make, treating every single AI like it's the exact same generic chatbot. That is the fastest way to get boring, mediocre results. Okay, this chart breaks it all down perfectly. Think of ChatGPT as a super smart, eager intern. You give it clear instructions and you correct it when it goes off track. Claude, on the other hand, is more like a thoughtful partner. You need to explain your intent to guide its thinking. Gemini acts like your own personal assistant, so you need to give it context from your Google data. Then you have Midjourney, a poetic artist that responds to keywords and vibes, not long sentences. And finally, Perplexity is like a diligent librarian. Its real strength is in the sources, so you always want to verify them. Now for secret number 2, which builds right on top of this idea. Once you get the AI's personality, you can start using the Power User Toolkit. This is all about using specific commands, not just having a casual conversation. Let's take Gemini, for example. A vague question like, "Can you find my receipts?" is going to get you a vague answer. But see that little @ symbol? Using that to tag your Google Apps transforms Gemini from just a search engine into an assistant that can take direct action on your personal data. It is a complete game changer. And this shows the exact same idea, but from a journey, a robot in a field. That's a total guess. But when you add parameters like -AR169 for that widescreen look, or -S750 to crank up the artistic style, you get direct control. They're like little magic spells you can cast to shape the final image exactly how you imagine it. So, the big takeaway here is that these structured commands get rid of all the guesswork. You're not leaving things up to chance anymore. You're taking direct control. And that means you get much better, more predictable results every single time. But it's not just about what you type. Secret number 3 is to look beyond the chat box itself. Some of the most powerful features are actually hiding in plain sight, right there in the user interface. Power users know to explore. For example, ChatGPT's voice mode on mobile lets you have a surprisingly natural conversation, almost like you're brainstorming with a real person. Claude's Artifacts window can turn a block of code into a live, interactive flowchart. And Midjourney's Very Region tool is an incredibly precise editor. Trust me, these aren't just gimmicks. They open up totally new ways to create with AI. Let's just take a quick look at Midjourney's Very Region tool. So imagine you generate an image that you mostly love, but you want to change one little detail. Let's say a person's hat. You just hit Very Region, you highlight the hat, and then you type a new prompt like a blue baseball cap. The tool repaints just that one area, and it leaves the rest of the image completely untouched. It's an unbelievably powerful way to edit. All right, on to our 4th and most advanced secret, becoming the director. This is where you actually get the AI to improve its own work. This command, right here, this is the secret weapon of ChatGPT power users. After you get an initial draft of, say, an email or a report, don't just accept it. Challenge the AI with this exact prompt. And here's why this is so brilliant. You're forcing the AI to switch roles, from being a creator to being a critic. It actually analyzes its own response, it identifies its own weaknesses, and then it generates a much, much stronger second version. It creates this amazing loop of continuous improvement. Now, Midjourney has its own version of a director tool, but it works in reverse. It's a simple but incredibly powerful command, /describe. With this command, you can upload any image you find, a photo, a painting, even another AI image, and Midjourney will analyze it for you. Then, it gives you 4 different text prompts that could have created it. It's basically a reverse engineering tool that teaches you the specific vocabulary that professional AI artists use. So this brings us to our 5th and final secret, which is really the goal of all of these techniques. It's about making that huge shift from being a passive user who just asks questions to being an active director who gives commands and shapes the final outcome. At the end of the day, mastering AI isn't about finding some magic question. It's all about learning how to communicate what you want clearly, using the right mental model, using specific commands, and exploring those advanced features. That's what separates the casual users from the experts who get those really transformative results. These tools are so much more than just oracles. They're specialized partners. And by learning to speak their language, you unlock a completely new level of creativity and productivity. So, the real question is, now that you know how to talk to them, what will you and your AI build together?